Good?
Ready. Yep.
Okay, so we know you've worked with the cooperative for over 20 years, actually 35 this coming September. I learned that yesterday. So can you describe what the cooperative was like when you started and then how it's changed since then?
Well, it's grew a lot. When we started, we were down the street in the old office, which was very small, and then the same fall that I started work in the fall of '91, they built this new building up the street, and so we moved up here, and much more space that we needed, and since that time, the co-op has grown a lot. The number of farmers has probably went down because there's not near as much livestock in the area as there was then, especially hogs. And the number of farmers have got, their acreage has got bigger, so there's not as many small farmers as there was then. But it's changed a lot, and as time has went on, we've tried to keep up with technology, improve our equipment as times went along, stay current and stay up to date.
So back then, what is your employee ratio compared to now versus then?
Back when I started, there was, I believe, 8 in the agronomy side and 4 at the station, so there would just been 12 of us. And that's steadily grown over the years. And then in the last 10 years, it's really grown, especially adding Trenton. So now there's just over 40, I believe.
Crazy. Okay, so I know you've seen the market change being in this industry for so long. What are some of the biggest shifts that you've noticed within those ag markets?
Just a lot of change because when I first started, most of the corn was fed in the area, lots of hogs, cattle, and then as time went along, the livestock went down, but then the ethanol plants started, and so now most all of the corn leaves the area, goes to the ethanol markets or to the southern livestock markets.
So for younger or new farmers that are in this next generation, what's one piece of advice that you'd give them to navigate the different market trends?
Just they should have a goal in mind as far as what they want for like their pricing, and if it reaches that goal, go ahead and do something to lock it in. Use some of the tools, options, futures markets, forward pricing. The volatility is a lot greater than it used to be. The markets used to move 2 to 3 cents a day. Now they move 15, 20 cents a day. So there's a lot of ups and downs, and like I say, have a goal in mind, and if it reaches that, go ahead and lock in some price and then you won't always miss it.
So then once they make those goals and stuff, we all know about the ups and downs like you mentioned. So what's one thing farmers can do to keep hope and continue to persevere when the markets aren't in their favor?
Just to keep a good outlook. The markets always cycle, ups and downs. Sometimes it's a yearly cycle, sometimes it might be 2 or 3. One way to offset that is diversity, have diversification. Either don't plant all corn or all beans, plant some of each, or have livestock on the side. Sometimes when the grain markets are down, the livestock markets are up. So, just kind of be flexible. And then another thing is off-farm income, have another way to kind of support things.
So looking back on your years in farming, what's been the most rewarding part for you? And is there a specific moment or experience that stands out to be just your favorite?
Nothing really specific, just it's gratifying when you raise a good crop, when you have a good harvest, you finish harvest, you've had a good crop, or vice versa on the livestock, whenever you get your calves all weaned and ready to sell or ready to go to market, looking over them, and that's the gratifying part, is to see what you've accomplished for the year.
So then on the flip side of that, what's a challenging situation and how did you persevere to overcome that?
Challenging definitely will be weather. The droughts over the last several years. I mean, 2012 was a really dry year. 2018 didn't raise much crop at all. Didn't have much forage or pasture. So, overcoming that by, doing different things to make it through the winter, to make it through till spring. Till we had grass. So that part of it.
Yeah, the cold weather like last week.
Yes.
Definitely. It was horrible. So since you've been such involved with this community and met so many different people and worked here for so long, what do you think makes this area and people so special and stand out from one another?
Just small town. Everybody knows everybody. Working with the public, have a good relationship with everybody, trust in them, in both sides, and just try to help everybody accomplish their goals and do the best they can with their operations.
Yeah, I've been so many places and people are like, see the last name Kleeman, they're like, oh, I know Matt. I'm like, yep, from the co-op. Everyone knows who Uncle Matt is. So looking ahead, what's one thing you hope to see in this community and ag industry for future generations?
Just the community support for the younger generations that will be taking over the agriculture and the farming, and whether it be support in the school system, FFA, or just maybe giving the younger generation a chance to get started, because it's so much different this time. It takes so much capital to get started. It's hard for a younger generation to do that, and so just to support everybody and let them take over.
Yeah. So then are there any traditions that you want to keep around or any changes that you would hope to see?
Any traditions? No. I mean, like on the co-op side, just, hope that the co-op continues to grow. The community, the co-op is a big part of the community. If it wasn't here, people would have to go 20 to 30 miles to get all their inputs and their anything they would need. And so just that, I mean, continue to grow, continue to keep up with technology, and help the farmers prosper.
Awesome. So one question, just like that spurred whenever I was listening to one of them, as far as like challenges go, in college we talked a lot about like the 80s farm crisis and
Right,
stuff. Do
sure.
you remember much of that? Is there like a specific story that comes to mind?
Not anything really specific, but yes, there was 2 to 3 year period in there where kind of it was back to back, where we didn't raise a big crop and the prices weren't good. And so, yeah, it was a challenge, and it affected some farmers worse than others, depending on their, financial standings and everything. But so that's been the biggest challenges over the years, is just to make it through those years that are lean, and you want to try to continue to update your equipment and everything, and there was a few years in there it was hard to do. So just try to keep pushing. Yeah.
How long has your family been farming?
My dad graduated from vet school in 1970 and moved to Bramer that year, and so he bought a 70-acre farm then, and started then, and just over the years we've added to it and kept growing.
Yeah, yeah. So you're second generation then?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Carson, can you think of any other questions just burning in your brain?
One other thing I might add is the members of the co-op should be proud of the local co-op and what it does for the community. So that's
There's a lot.
yeah.
Okay. Well, if you know where to find him.
Yeah.
Just right down the road or
Yeah.
text message away.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't think I have anything else either. You got 11 minutes with me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Well, I hope that's what you wanted.
Oh, absolutely.